I was totally on board until that. You guys know how I am with bathroom humor.
Yeah.
And happy anniversary to them, we must mention. I think it was on Sunday, 1 year of wedded bliss for the Gagdens.
Very cool.
For summer? I did.
Well, you notice the matching fleece jackets. That's a good idea this morning because, like you said, it's pretty chilly out there this morning. We've got a beautiful clear sky. You can head out and catch all of those constellations. The crisp, very dry air that we have in place allows for a really pretty night viewing. So if you're up early, there's one consolation for you. Temperatures are in the low to mid 40s around Franklin, Asheville, and Rutherfordton. It's 48 in Lawrence, low 50s for most of the upstate. A little milder in Clemson, still cool there, though. The temperature is 55 degrees. We've got to talk fog. We have some low visibilities, and where you have those lower numbers, that tells us we've got thicker fog. Half a mile visibility for Franklin, quarter of a mile for Clemson. So through the western North Carolina mountain valleys, around areas of water, the area streams, the lakes, that's what we're going to be watching for the fog this morning. Fox radar 3D is all clear. We'll stay dry again today with temperatures warming several degrees more than where they were yesterday. That is going to be the trend over the next several days. Warming temperatures. So I actually think we're going to have to close the windows and go back to the AC by the time we're at Wednesday and especially Thursday. Big picture on the clouds and radar image. We do have some clouds and showers and storms off to our west and northwest this morning. Rain will stay off to our north over the next several days with quieter conditions locally as high pressure is settled over the area. That will begin to shift off towards the east, allowing those winds to turn more out of the south. That's going to help to usher in some of that warmer air and help our temperatures rise. Front staying off to our north and west will keep the rain off to our north and west. So that will be the story really through the end of the week. By Friday, we'll just be watching for an isolated shower storm chance in the mountains. Same with Thursday. So upstate areas, you're going to stay dry until the weekend. Weekend will be a bit more unsettled in both mountains and the upstate. Highs today, they'll be around 78. We hit 84 Wednesday, 87 Thursday. So you can see each day those temperatures will be warming. On Friday, we'll drop into the mid 80s with a few extra clouds. It'll still be dry, though. The weekend will bring the unsettled weather pattern back into the area with temps falling to the low 80s and upper 70s with more clouds and scattered rain showers even into early next week. Morning lows will be back into the low 60s as well. So we won't be talking about the very cool temperatures that we've been dealing with this morning and yesterday morning. In the mountains, you're going to top out around 75 today. You'll hit 80 on Wednesday, 82 Thursday. Thursday and Friday, we could see an isolated shower or storm fire up in the higher elevations. The better chance of wet weather will come Saturday, Sunday, and Monday as scattered rain showers and more cloud cover will be out there. Highs for the weekend and early next week will be dipping back into the mid and low 70s as well. Time now for Pit Crew Traffic. Here's Chris.
All right, Alex, thank you and good morning.
Technology.
Yeah. And, you know, California is such a traffic problem in a lot of areas. Things probably just going to be on slow-mo for a while.
Very interesting, yeah. Always an interesting thing if computers are now added into the mix.
I just think I would be too nervous, but I'm sure 100 years ago, people would have said that about everything.
About the car, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll keep an eye on this one. Google's always coming up with
I love me some
craziest
Google.
things. That's right. All right, we're going to talk temperatures out there this morning. Not quite as cold as they were this time yesterday. More of those 40s and low 50s yesterday. This morning we have generally 50s with some low 60s as well. It's 62 in Clemson, 61 in Greenville, 51 in Lawrence, and mid and upper 50s are common around Anderson, Greenwood, and Spartanburg. It's 54 for Asheville and Rutherfordton, 52 in Franklin. We do have some areas of dense fog. The lower numbers coordinate to the thicker fog. So Clemson, you've got the fog, as does Franklin. Watch for that. You're going to have the slowdown in these areas as you travel out and about this morning. Radar picture, nice and quiet. We will stay mainly dry today. The only areas I would say watch for the potential for a pop-up shower or storm would be those Tennessee border spots of western North Carolina. I think even there we are talking slim chance at best. Upstate northeast Georgia, you will stay dry. Areas like Hendersonville, Brevard, I expect dry as well. Big picture on the clouds and radar image. We have that frontal boundary draped just off to our north, and you can see the rain and thunderstorm activity continues right along that boundary. That will stay north of us today, even tomorrow. So the rain chances will stay out of our area for the most part. We just have that isolated shower storm chance in the mountains this afternoon. Temperatures are generally in the 60s across the southeast. It's 61 for Greenville and Montgomery, 69 over in Nashville, Tennessee. So we have seen those temps warm up a bit as those winds have been more out of the south and southwest, and that warming trend will continue today. You remember yesterday was warmer than Monday. Today will be warmer than yesterday. So each day those temperatures will be climbing. By 10 a.m. most of us are still in the 60s, but we're very close to 70 in many spots. Lunchtime temps will range from the low to mid 70s area wide, and our high temps today will be around 83 in the upstate. So low to mid 80s around Greenville, Anderson, and Spartanburg. Highs will hit the upper 70s around the Asheville area. Those temps are just a few degrees above a typical high for this time of year. As we get into the evening, temperatures will be cooling back into the 60s and 70s with eventual overnight lows tonight for the upstate right around 62. Top out in the mid-80s Thursday and Friday. We'll stay dry in the upstate through the end of the week with rain chances back for the weekend, particularly Sunday. And as far as this system goes, it does look like rain chances early next week will be a little further to the coast, but we'll watch as any change in that system's track could bring us some more rain chances Monday and Tuesday. But for now, we'll hold it dry. In the mountains, 81 Thursday and Friday. We'll hold on to that isolated pop-up shower or storm chance each afternoon. Saturday, Sunday bring better chances for a few scattered showers. And like I said, for the upstate, we'll hold the mountains dry Monday and Tuesday, but we'll continue to monitor that storm track for early next week. Any westward shift could bring us a little bit more wet weather. Time now for traffic. Here's Chris.
All right, Alex, thanks. We're keeping an eye on Spartanburg County this morning and I-26 eastbound. Let's go to our live traffic map. We'll show you exactly what we're talking about.
Well, don't forget today, go out to Cold Stone Creamery. He was there yesterday. You get the Make-A-Wish. You can help them out by buying some ice cream out there on Woodruff Road. So it's a good thing.
It was warm yesterday. I made the mistake of exercising in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's always a problem. If you weren't dressed appropriately, you know, a lot of the kids came in for a school visit yesterday, and I said, see, this is how you guys knew to wear T-shirts, because, you know, in the morning it was a little chilly, but they were all very comfortable, and it was perfect in here as well. Another hot day coming this afternoon. Highs will be in the low to mid 80s area wide, but this morning it's all about the fog. We have a picture out at AB Tech, and of course you can see some of that fog. It's not too bad. You can at least see the lights from the campus, but we aren't seeing much of the actual campus itself. Temperature there is 56 degrees. As we switch over, take a look at your visibility numbers. They're down to a quarter of a mile in Franklin and Asheville. That means we are seeing some areas of very dense fog. When we have the lower numbers, that means thicker fog. We aren't seeing any at our observation sites around the upstate. We've seen a little bit of light fog show up around Clemson. However, Mark, our photographer, said southern Greenville County into Anderson County. They are seeing some areas of dense fog that will slow you down this morning, so please be aware of it. Use your fog lights. Give yourself a few extra minutes to get to work safely. Temperatures are in the mid-50s in the mountains, mid-50s also for Anderson, Lawrence, and Spartanburg. It's 59 in Greenwood, 60 in Greenville, into the low to mid-60s for Clemson. Fox Radar 3D is all clear. Upstate northeast Georgia areas, you're going to stay dry today. Mountain areas will generally be dry. We once again will have to watch those Tennessee border areas for a small chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm late day. As we take a peek at the eastern half of the country, we still have that frontal boundary off to our north, keeping more cloud cover and higher rain chances up that way. That'll eventually begin to sag southward as we head into the weekend, bringing us some better rain chances. Then we'll be watching some systems early next week that could bring us some wet weather as we start off the new work and school week. Temperatures are generally in the low to mid 60s across the southeast, including Greenville. As we track temperatures with Futurecast, we'll start it up at 10 a.m. At that point, 60s and 70s will still be common. Most areas are in the 70s at lunchtime, and we're actually approaching 80 degrees in the upstate. Those high temps will come between 3 and 4 o'clock. We'll be right around 85 in Greenville and Spartanburg, around 80 in Asheville. Futurecast is keeping you a little bit cool up that way. So these highs are above normal. A typical high for the upstate would be in the upper 70s near 80 and into the mid 70s in western North Carolina. So a seasonally warm afternoon is headed our way. 10 p.m. temps will be back into the 60s and 70s with overnight lows for the upstate around 64. Friday brings another afternoon of warm temps. We'll watch for an isolated shower or storm in the upstate with a little better chance of rain increasing as we head into the weekend. Early next week through mid next week, there's still plenty of uncertainty, but it does look like some of these systems will track from our southwest up into our area, bringing us more cloud cover and scattered rain chances. In the mountains, you'll be around 80 today, 78 tomorrow. Friday brings scattered afternoon showers and storms. We'll keep the rain chances for the weekend. They'll be fairly hit or miss rain showers Saturday and Sunday, though. And then early next week to the mid part of next week, we'll also be watching for scattered rain through western North Carolina. Time now to get a check of what's happening on the roads. Here's Chris with Pit Crew details.
Okay.